All right, what's up, guys? So I think this is the first or the video that Markiplier was talking on, where the guy had received a strike, and then he tagged Markiplier when talking to Team YouTube, saying that he's uploaded the same video, and Markiplier was like, "Yeah, what's up with that? Why'd you give him a strike and not me?" Then they gave Markiplier a strike, turned it into this big thing where it's like now we just gonna just give out random strikes to YouTubers. And for those that are, you're seeing why I'm reacting to this video, but you're like brand spanking new to my channel. Yes, I'm on my fourth like wrongful strike now. It started back in October. And then maybe a few days ago, they had gave me another strike, like 2 in the morning, when most people would be asleep. But I was awake at that time, recording and stuff. So yeah, this situation though with these strikes, I'm like, man, I wish it would just stop or they would just come out with something to, like overall it's like it's gonna help out a content creator, like, letting us know like, hey, take this video down, otherwise we're gonna give you a strike. Or edit this part out, we're gonna give you a strike, or blur this part out, I'm gonna give you a strike. Something, rather than just being like, hey, surprise, you got a strike, can't upload for a week or 2 weeks now. So yeah, it's really messed up when I'm not a YouTuber with 8 million subscribers. I'm a YouTuber with like barely over 20 something thousand subscribers. So at the end of the day, like I wish I was a YouTuber with 8 million subscribers, and I wish I was getting a million views off of my videos, but I'm not. I'm not. And to see where I'm at like right now versus last month, where I think, did I have a strike last month? I think I did, but it was only for a week. Pretty much like, yeah, they've been giving me strikes like crazy, but they're at least like in a month where I'm like able to upload and do things. I'm not like, pushing out a bunch of content when I am able to upload. And then it's just like my fans are overwhelmed. Like I like to separate that content out, but it's overall I'm like, I at the end of the day, like, to be truthfully honest with people and to be as real as I can be. Yeah, it's a struggle, being a small YouTuber, and then on top of the fact where it's like you're not able to upload, that's a major struggle. So I'm like, yeah, I wish I was a YouTuber with millions of subscribers, but I'm not. So I'm like, at times like this, it's kind of hard. And I mean, if I was like, the thing was, it's like if it was like COVID hadn't happened and I was still working at this job in downtown Seattle, I wouldn't be tripping. But because I'm like, hey, I'm like, all right, I'll just rely on that job to pay my bills. But I don't. I don't have that job no more. I lost it because of COVID. And so I tried telling, this was, I mean, yeah, this was last year and stuff, and all of this had went down. But I mean, I tried like telling YouTube that, like, hey, like, I'm kind of struggling right now, so can this be just pushed to the side, or can I at least be like, it can, like, the video, look, my thing is like the video can be taken down, I don't care about the video, can the strike just be off of my channel so I am able to upload and I am able to do something, rather than just like sitting like, because I'm like, I do have other channels that I can work on, but it's like I'm not making any money off of those channels, which means I can't pay my bills and stuff. So I'm saying it's like, I think I'm going to be good this month, but next month I'm like, fam, like, it's going to be kind of hard, So I'm like, YouTube, you guys need to like know that, hey, there's people that's like relying on YouTube to like do things. I'm like, and that's just only me. There's probably people out there that might have a whole family, and if they're not able to upload, it's like, hopefully they're not in my shoes. Hopefully they're like in the shoes where it's like, they're making some sort of like a good income and they're able to do something with YouTube. But anyways, yeah, this is I guess this is the first video. So yeah, this where all of this stuff it went down. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into it once it like loads up.
I'm actually fucking fuming right now. You probably can't tell because trying to read my emotions is like trying to read hieroglyphics, but take my word for it. I'm more upset than Dan Bilzerian finding out about taxes. I'm genuinely fucking livid. Let me explain why I'm so mad. Yesterday, I covered the very disturbing topic of the animal abuse community on YouTube, all kind of fostered because of YouTube's reluctance to ban an account called Pollution Entertainment that was notorious for murdering his cats on camera and making videos torturing them posted onto YouTube. I'd like to add he never got a strike for any of those videos. Those videos were never even removed by YouTube. He deleted them himself. And even though authorities were involved and mainstream media picked it up and the entire platform rallied against pollution, begging YouTube to take action, to this day, 2 years later, his account is still up. And yesterday I
Wow.
talked about that and the consequence of leaving that account up, and it's that he's inspired an entire community of animal abusers to murder their cats on YouTube and post videos of it. It spawned an
That's
entire
crazy.
trend, and it's disturbing, it's sad, it's despicable, it's fucking sickening, and YouTube
Yeah.
should lose sleep over it, but they won't because they're still just going to have wet dreams about this algorithm that somehow they believe keeps them safe and is
Yeah.
benevolent
And
doing
my
a
thing is like YouTube, they would be overall like the same thing that I've been saying in videos, the same thing, excuse me, Markiplier said in his videos, and the same thing that this guy, his name is Penguinz0. Let's say if the government or the FBI or somebody of a much more higher power than YouTube were to contact YouTube and say you guys need to, or the YouTube or the website was just shut down. The website was just shut down and people wasn't able to upload. Of course, us content creators would be upset, but then we would be sitting down thinking like, dang, what did YouTube do like for you guys to get shut down like that? But you know YouTube would come out and be arguing, saying, fight this, bring YouTube back, starting up all these hashtags, starting up all these trends, knowing if this stuff had happened to them. But, you know, they're just going to be like, oh, this is okay for the content creators, but if it's us, oh, then it's a problem. And I'm like, man, that's...
great job, even though it is beyond flawed and rarely ever gets anything right. As a little update to the video I made yesterday, one of the accounts I showed, Angela Alvarez, has been terminated, so that's some good news. At least one of them's down. It's absolutely fucking deplorable, and I'm only scratching the surface. There's another massive trend with channels that have hundreds of thousands of subs where they pretend they're rescuing animals from, like, truck tires. There's one big one in particular.
Oh, wow.
A channel will put puppies and dogs under truck tires, run over the dogs a little bit while the dog's screaming. They'll turn on the camera, run over, and rescue it for the sake of their YouTube
wow.
views.
That's
It's fucking
crazy.
disgusting stuff, and it's pretty clear that they
That's-
put the animals in these positions to rescue them. They'll throw them in snakes and be like, holy shit, get these snakes off, we're trying to save a dog, look how great this is, thumbs up, don't forget. They don't, these channels don't even...
Dang, like, that is wild to think this. I mean, it's not like, I'm not laughing at that, I'm just overall laughing at the fact, like, people really, that's when you know, like, a person is just not, like, I mean, yeah, they do have, like, a thinking process, but honestly, it's not a smart thinking process. That's why I'm like, when people, and they tell me, like, they don't know what to do on YouTube, I'm like, fam, you can literally do anything on YouTube. As long as it's not going to be content that you're going to have to answer for in the future, you can do anything on YouTube. It's like, just, you know, of course, like, yeah, follow the guidelines and the rules, but it's like, I've seen videos of people sitting down eating freaking like corn or cabbage or you know just or yeah it's like you got YouTubers that could do gaming videos, reaction videos, music. You can literally do anything. It could be bad, it could be horrible, or it could be funny, entertaining, or straight up some serious stuff. That on the other hand, I'm like that's wild. Like that's some crazy stuff right there, and it's people they yeah. Like I said, not a very smart thinking process.
do a good job of making it seem like they're actually rescuing animals. They'll have a video like, holy shit, this German Shepherd puppy tried to hang itself in my basement. They'll have the fucking dog in a noose and be like, holy shit, get down from there, what are you thinking?
Wow.
Suicide's not the answer. And then take the
Wow.
dog down, the dog's really in fucking rough shape because of this. And then they'll try and make it be some kind of happy...
I would like to hope that he's just saying that as an example. If somebody actually out there did that, I'm like, YouTube, what's up with this? What's up with this video? Like that's wild, man.
uplifting video, even though it's clear that these people are evil. YouTube has basically become live leak for animals. There's just so much terrible shit in regards to hurting animals on the platform, and I just don't understand why YouTube keeps turning a blind eye to it, it feels like, because they
Yeah.
still haven't even addressed the pollution thing. I really just don't get YouTube's priorities.
Well, probably with that content creator or that guy, they're probably seeing it as like, oh, you know, where kids are gonna watch this and be like, oh, I want to save puppies. I just think YouTube is just aiming in a direction where they want things to be kid friendly, but at the same time, it's just hellfire of just like honestly it's just crap. Like it's just complete crap like what's going on YouTube right now, and none of it makes any sense. Like you guys want people to be like, you know, kid friendly, but at the same time you'll have content on here, you'll have it where like that middle content where it is kid friendly, but it's like that sense of humor that like, you know, I guess like a kid's parent wouldn't really find like entertaining, I guess. I don't know, but it's that middle like part of YouTube where that's where they're like, oh, let's take that down and stuff. But there's none of like the actual serious, content where it's like, okay, I don't want my kid to watch that. That's something where I'm like, I know that would scar my kid because that type of stuff scarred me, and that's on YouTube. I don't understand. Like, my thing is like, okay, hear me out on this. Like, I know people have like arachnophobias, right? So they have like a fear of spiders. Y'all will allow that, and then like that's gonna creep out a kid. That's gonna creep out a parent. Like, that's gonna be like, there's gonna be, my thing is like, there's content on YouTube that exists where it's like people are not gonna like it and some people are gonna like it. Content like that, I guess, yeah, there's people out there. It's like, if that guy has a following, if that guy has people that watch him on a regular, people like his content. Surprisingly, they do. But my thing is like, okay, and that's when Markiplier, and he was saying in his video, it's like, hey, maybe you should have it where the community, the fans, I'm like, but then it's at the same time, it's like, I know that there's going to be people that's into some weird stuff, so you don't really know, but I'm like, yeah, it's like, my thing is like, have it where it's like, okay, YouTube.com, like, have it where that's for the adults or that's for the people of a much more mature age. But like the kid stuff, YouTube Kids, y'all have that. Y'all have the demonetized stuff. Y'all have the age restriction stuff. You have an editing software where it's like, okay, if something's not right, blur it out, edit it out, like something that's gonna fix it. But I guess they don't want to do that. I guess giving out strikes is much more easier.
They're so quick to ban a channel like Leafy is here because he made too many Pokimane videos, but they will take their sweet fucking time in actually addressing real crimes like child abuse. And you remember Daddy05, the family that was abusing their children for views and subscribers on YouTube for a long time? Authorities had to fucking like beg YouTube to do something about it before they actually finally acted on it. They
Was
just
that who was the guy? If it wasn't him, but I don't know who that YouTuber was, but who was that YouTuber where he was like, oh, I'm like, as a prank, I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna whoop my kids or something like that, had the kids crying and things. I'm like, no, that's no. Like, I can tell you right now, whoopings was not fun growing up. So I really don't. I don't think that's what kind of like mental abuse is that. Where it's like, and I think did the YouTubers themselves have to take the video down? Like, YouTube didn't take the video down or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they did or didn't. I don't know. But it's like that stuff has to go viral in order for YouTube to like take it down, or for them, like, I guess just facing so much like backlash and things for like having something like that continuously be up. But it's like, videos like that is allowed, but I'm like, if I do a freaking one of the videos, I felt like that was probably like the dumbest thing that they could have taken down, because there's the TV show that has a YouTube channel, Ridiculousness, that posts stuff like that all the time. But one of the videos that they took down from my channel was a parkour fails video, which I was reacting to. It wasn't like I was going out like doing parkour or whatever and was messing up on everything. No, I was reacting to people that was doing it, and I was just laughing, cracking jokes, having fun with the video. It wasn't like I was telling people, oh yeah, go out and try to break your neck, go out and try to break your back, or jump off of something and slam as hard as you possibly can. I didn't say that in the video. And I posted, I think I posted two out of the 4 videos that they taken down on Instagram. So if you want to go to my Instagram, you very well can go watch those videos. It's like in the IGTV section. But yeah, I'm like, bruh, like that video, and I remember like parts of that video, and I'm like, that was not a bad video. I'm like, compared to some of the things I've seen on YouTube, I'm like, bruh, I've seen where people's bones have broken on YouTube. Don't give me that. Nobody's bones didn't break. They just slammed and knocked the wind out themselves. And Ridiculousness be posting stuff like that all the time. So why is it a problem if I post it? And I honestly think that there's like, YouTube has like these contracts with companies like, or corporate companies like MTV or music companies or record labels or whatever, because a rapper can rap about drugs, guns, and violence, and have women like, halfway naked or all the way naked, twerking and things, and just like, that's just like a regular rap video. That's like your average rap video and stuff, where it's like, okay, if they're not having that, then it's like, okay, then they got like guns and all that stuff all throughout the video. And I'm like, you will allow that, but y'all won't allow me to react to a parkour fails video. Does that make sense? like every rap song I have on my phone, most likely there's a, yeah, they either have that song on YouTube or they have a music video where it's like now you get a visual of what they're rapping about. So I'm like, really? That's allowed? But and so I think like, well, yeah, small content creators, since we don't have, maybe if it was like, if there was like a record label or something for like reaction channels and reactors and every other YouTuber, then we probably would be in the clear to do certain things on YouTube. But since we don't, then it's like, yeah, then it's like we're gonna wrongfully get in trouble for stuff, and it's like, fam, y'all got to work on that.
Seem to be so reluctant to actually address real crimes and problems like animal abuse and child abuse. It really feels like they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
At least not about things that matter. So a few days ago, almost a week ago now, one of my videos was taken down called Road Rager Learns a Hard Lesson. It's a fake staged video in a Russian dash cam where a man gets out of his car, bangs on a van's window, and then SpongeBob, Mickey Mouse, the squirrel from Ice Age, and some purple ass-beating elephant cartoon character all get out of the van. It's mascots, and then they get into a little fight and then run away, and that's the end of the video. I was just making jokes about it, and YouTube removed it for violent and graphic content. In what is clearly a staged, viral YouTube video that 5 years ago was huge, there are still dozens, if not hundreds of uploads of the exact...
I had looked that video up, like, after watching Markiplier's video. Video is on YouTube. Video is still on YouTube, so anyways.
Same video, still on YouTube with no issue.
And I even had used like a different like search thing that Markiplier, because Markiplier, like if you search these up, you can find that video. I used a different video, and that video, it still popped up on YouTube, so.
People talking about it with no issue. For some reason, they have decided to target mine. And okay, it's happened in the past, I understand mistakes happen, so I appealed it. Well, within 2 days, it was rejected. Okay, so I take it up the ladder. As I've mentioned before with my company, Human Media Group, we actually work very closely with YouTube and have had nothing but a positive relationship with them. The partnership division is great. My YouTube partner contact has been absolutely wonderful. The sports and entertainment department at YouTube we work very closely with at Human Media Group has been fucking great. But when I took this to them, this is out of their hands. This is not any of their departments. This goes to some fucking rogue syndicate Illuminati shadow Splinter Cell division that I guess they just lock in cells or trap in dark cages for decades until they lose touch with humanity, and they treat them like zoo animals because this department is so disconnected from the most basic understanding of human concepts. Yeah. They believed my road rage video was genuine, shocking, disgusting, and
that's like the internal team or whatever. And I'm all like, what videos do you guys watch? Like, and then there was the one video that was like the first strike that they had. Well, they did give me a warning strike before, but I don't remember what that video was because I thought like, oh, deleting it will get rid of it. I just didn't. I was like, I don't know. I was kind of like out of it or something, just wasn't really paying attention. But I thought deleting a video would get rid of the warning, but it didn't. So then when they gave me when they gave me the my first strike in October, and that was for this video where I was reacting to a YouTuber that sadly passed away, Angry Grandpa. It was one of his videos, and the video was gasoline wake up prank. Now I know most people would think like, oh well, yeah, that video has a reason to get taken down. No, it doesn't, because in the first 10 seconds of the video, they did acknowledge no gasoline was being used in the video. It was water. And I'm like, maybe. I'm like, I don't know. I assume, okay? I'm like, maybe, because I'm like, I don't know. I'm like trying to put myself in this situation, and I'm like, okay, I probably, yes, would have been scared, would have been upset, and been pointing at people saying, you're crazy. But the person that posted the video was the man that got pranked in the video. He posted all of Angry Grandpa's prank videos, and Angry Grandpa was pranking his son, adult son, left and right. So my thing is like, okay, well, if I'm the one that's posting the videos, I'm like, this is just something. And do you honestly think that like now after he done like passed on, do you think his like son will look at that video and be like, oh, that video goes against the guidelines, that video? It's like, it's something to like look back on. It's memories. It's like, it's like, okay, yeah, I was mad, but it's like something like down the road, I'm gonna laugh about it and stuff. And so, I don't know, maybe like that prank might have been overboard, but I still, at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, well, it was water. no actual gasoline was being used. Maybe I'm just, maybe I don't know. It just doesn't really seem like something. I'm like, maybe if it was real gasoline that was being involved, I guess maybe, yeah, well, not even maybe. Like, no, video gets taken down because I'm like, real gasoline was being involved, but yeah, it was water. He acknowledged it. He said it was water. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got injured. It wasn't like it was boiling hot or freezing cold water. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I think stuff like I thought it was funny. I didn't think that, a year later the video would get taken down. But anyways,
Overwhelmingly disturbing to the point that it needed to be removed from the platform. Which is fucking weird that they felt that way about a staged road rage video, but don't feel that for videos where their animals are being brutally murdered by baseball bats and blood and guts are flying all over the fucking place, even in the thumbnail. It's weird.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it's like, then you, with that, where it's like, okay, if you say that that's a violent video, then I'm like, okay, well, what about like WWE and freaking, what else? UFC. And then there's this other channel where I'm like, I'm not going to name drop them, but they do like kind of like a backyard, like, UFC fights and stuff. So my thing is like, and then on top of that, it's like you got video games where it's like they're showing a bunch of different crazy things, yet his video gets taken down. And I'm like, you think you're just gonna be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, you guys are right, yeah, y'all are right, like, okay, I'm gonna just, no, nobody's not gonna be relaxed about that. Nobody's not gonna see that and be like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, I guess. But
feel that for a fake road rage incident where SpongeBob is throwing a few slaps to a man.
yeah,
It's unbelievable to me. Now, again, I mentioned the great departments we work with at YouTube. In fact, I'd argue the majority of YouTube genuinely does care from behind the scenes. I think a lot of the departments are really on the side of creators and want to make it better. But there is a few groups like this one in particular that just completely ruin it and ruin YouTube's reputation and image as a result of it. Now, all of these departments are really isolated from one another, so everyone I've talked to at YouTube doesn't have like a direct means of communication with this manual review team. They only talk through emails or like pigeon carriers. I really don't even know. They don't have a way of actually having a one-on-one communication conversation or anything except through email. Which right away represents a problem. When everyone's not on the same page or the same team with the same understanding of what is and isn't allowed, that's already a problem. If they're not easily accessible and you can only talk to them through email, that's not good. Everyone I talked to didn't agree with this decision that they've made here. And I'm not even convinced that this manual review team has actual human beings on it. Maybe I've watched too many conspiracy theories, so I got a big old tinfoil condom now. But I really feel like it's some kind of AI, just another algorithm or some kind of fucking neural network looking at these things and making these decisions. Me even go one.
From what I heard, like, I think that's what it is, because I think even Markiplier, he was saying that it's all like, there's like 83 years worth of content being uploaded on YouTube every single day, and there's probably like more now since this, like, that video is like somewhat old. But yeah, I do think that, and I think I did read or hear it somewhere that it's like, yeah, it's like some like robot system, whatever it is, that, like, I guess like crumbles up there, or like not even crumbles up, but it's just like kind of like looks at him like, oh, against the guidelines, against the guidelines, against the guidelines. And then it's like all the videos that's like actually against the guidelines, like the videos that he's naming off the videos that I've seen, where it's like just kind of walking around that system and stuff, and it's like not even being touched.
Step further, maybe they're deep faking Keanu Reeves' face on the body of a mannequin at the office to trick people into thinking there's a human being working in this department. I really don't know, because it would take an actual human being only one watch of my video to recognize that the video is fake and it's not intended to be shocking or.
Yeah, I think like with Angry Grandpa's videos, I know a lot of people was always making conspiracy videos or saying like his videos is fake. So I'm like, bruh, even more so, I'm like, all right, if the video is fake and it ain't real, then I'm like, bruh, like, why did my video get taken down? It was that video, then it was the parkour fails video, then it was a try not to laugh challenge, and I think the one video was like people are idiots or something like that compilation, and it was like all reaction videos. And so I mean, like, just like kind of like with his, I think his might have been like in a commentary form or something. I don't know if it was a reaction video or not, but anyways, but yeah, it's like, bruh, like, nobody's not gonna watch those. My thing is, like, people have watched those videos already. Not once did somebody comment on this video and saying, oh my god, this video was like, oh, I'm so traumatized by the video that I just watched on your channel, TMossBoss. Like, why would you post this? Oh, I can't sleep now. Like, my brain hurts. Like, I can't go on the internet anymore. But it's like, bruh, imagine, like, all these. My thing is like, okay, if you're doing this for the kids' sake, right? You're doing this for the kids' sake, where you don't want them to watch this content. Imagine what happens when they close out YouTube and they go on another website. I'm saying, like, there's websites out there where I'm like, you should be thankful that they're watching my videos and not going on some of the websites out there exist. Like, there's one website out there called 4chan. Then there's another one. It was like something gore, and they post nothing but like stuff of people getting killed. So my thing is, it's like YouTube. How would that make you feel, where the government or the FBI were to shut down YouTube and be like, you guys got videos that are against the law on your platform, yet 4chan and this gore website, they just get like a pass, right? You still see their website up. You guys will be saying the same exact stuff that Penguinz0, myself, Markiplier, or anybody else that's dealt with your crap. Like, you would be saying the same exact thing that we're saying. So I'm saying, like, stuff like this, I'm like, you guys should at least, like, give us a warning or let us know, like, hey, take this down or edit this out or blur this out or something, And even you guys did that with the, what was it? I think it was like when terrorist videos was being uploaded onto YouTube, and I think when PewDiePie, when he uploaded that, he uploaded some crazy video, then advertisers was pulling their stuff out. What did you guys do? You or you put out a thing where it's like demonetizing people's videos. So it's like, how did that make you feel though when these advertisers pulling their ads? You hurry up and did something about it. So it's like, how come we can't do that? How come we can't do something to protect our channels and things, and we're able to upload again? It's like you guys get passes and all of that, but we don't. Like, is that fair?
Disgusting. It's just meant for jokes. In the video, none of the punches even connect. All the punches are pulled. All the kicks are pulled. This is actually what it looks like in Drama Club when you're simulating a fight. Exactly. The video is a staged stunt, and it takes a human being only one watch of the video to recognize that, even if you don't look into it, which you can, and find that it's fake. It's unbelievable to me that they would not only maintain this decision, but say that this is such an extreme case of shocking and disgusting content that it needed to be removed, and I needed to be punished with a strike on my channel for it. The way they make it sound makes it feel like I'd have a better chance of getting in contact with this team if I wrote my problem on a fucking rock and threw it as hard as I could out my window. Maybe then they'd actually see the problem. Every department I've talked to has no direct means of communication with them, and I'm talking heads of these departments have no way of getting in fucking contact with this fucking group here. You know how alarming that is? They actually shared with me the message they sent in regards to the road rage video they took down. It's 2 lines. It is one line that says, "We are maintaining our decision to keep the video down," and the second line is a copy and paste of the rules regarding shocking content that's taken right off the Google help page. Yep. That's it. There's no conversation. There's no proof that a human being even wrote that email. It is literally looking like an automated reply. That is what they sent to a fucking head of one.
I probably could find the 2 emails where it's like, where all of the emails where it's like, it's the same, where it's like they all say the same thing, and I'm like, yeah, if it's like a person that's actually contacting me and saying like, hey, so what's up with this video, and I'm like, I just wish, like, that's why I honestly do wish, or I'm like, okay, like, get that video and talk with them about it. And it's like, all right, because my thing is like, that's how like every business works. That's how government businesses works. That's how the food business works. That's how the clothing business works. My thing is, it's like, you don't burn a whole store down because your shirt didn't fit. You don't like burn a restaurant down because you're no, there's communication. Okay, it's like, all right, if my food tasted weird, I'm like, hey, something kind of wrong with my food, I'm like, what's up with that and things? Or it's like, hey, can I get like another, pretty much just like, putting this in YouTube terms, I'm like, there needs to be communication. There needs to be some sort of like means of communication where it's like, I don't feel like I'm talking to robots, because that's what I'll be asking sometimes. I'm like, hey, can you like send me your Instagram so I know that you're a real person? They'll be like, no, I can't do it. I'm like, talking to a robot. Nice, cool.
Departments who tried to get,
but there is the one person I did talk to where I can tell that they was a real person. But it was funny because I asked them, I was like, there's all these other videos up on YouTube that's far more worse, and the video that you guys took down on YouTube is still on your website. So is it fair at the end of the day you guys gave me a strike? And that person said yes, and I'm like, cool, thank you, all I needed to hear.
Contact and fix this issue. That is a problem. In an act of desperation, I did what any sad Boy Scout would do. I tweeted at YouTube. I gave it a whirl to see what that would do. And they responded saying they look into it and thanks for my patience. And you know what? I don't expect the answer to change. In fact, I'm so confident it won't that I've already made this before they give me their final answer. And I imagine by the time I upload this, they will have already said on Twitter publicly that the video violates their policy and that I should review their terms of service or something similar to that effect. I've never done this shit before, but I really think YouTube needs to answer for what is going on with this manual review team. There is so much bullshit and so much that doesn't make sense. Why won't they ban animal abuse like Pollution Entertainment's channel? Why are they allowing that to persist and allow these videos of animal abuse to get hundreds of thousands of subscribers and views across their platform? What is wrong with their manual review department where they view a clearly staged road rage incident as some kind of shocking, disturbing video, despite the fact that there's hundreds of other videos of the exact same incident that don't have a problem? There are so many things that I think YouTube needs to change. So for the first time in my life, I actually do think a hashtag does need to be trending. Maybe they'll listen to that. I don't know if they ever have in the past because I don't really pay attention to Twitter hashtags, but I was hoping if something like hashtag answer us YouTube could get trending, maybe then they'd pay attention, because it seems like the only way to ever even get contact with YouTube for most people is through Twitter by adding them at Team YouTube. So maybe they do pay attention to Twitter, and I would love if they would at least listen. I think I can speak for most people when I say we want some fucking answers from YouTube. Why won't they ban an account like Pollution Entertainment that would adopt cats just to murder them on his YouTube channel? Why is that still up? Why don't they have a problem with animal abuse, but they'll ban other channels for much more innocent content at the drop of a hat? What is going on with the manual review team? Why is every department so isolated from each other where it seems like nobody at YouTube is on the same fucking page? We want some goddamn answers, so I would love to see if hashtag answer us YouTube could do anything. I doubt it. YouTube has become an absolute virtuoso when it comes to ignoring everyone. So I guarantee even if every fucking world leader came together to ask YouTube a question, they'd put their fingers in their fucking ears and just pretend they didn't hear it. But maybe hashtag answer.
It's like, no, it's like the only way that they would answer to this stuff is if their website, if the YouTube website was getting shut down. If the YouTube website was getting shut down, then that's when they would be like, oh, wait a second, no, hold on, no, we're listening now, we're listening. You know, we're not counting up money and, you know, just like ignoring people. Like, no, we're listening. So this is what, like, that would be the only way that they'll listen. But
YouTube could do something good, maybe. But overall, I just wanted to rant. I wanted to vent because this shit is just so frustrating.
Yep.
That's it.
I feel his pain. I feel his pain. So, is this some other videos, or I don't know. Maybe it's just, maybe, I don't know. I think that might be another video talking on it. But anyways, just people just commenting and stuff. I was trying to see maybe if somebody else kind of had like their stories and stuff. Probably people might. Well, I know I have my own story, but there's probably more people out there that got their own stories and stuff. So I don't know, man. Let's see what happens in the future. Hopefully some things. But I know this ain't gonna be the last time. I'm gonna keep continuously talking on this until something changes. Cause I'm like, nah, it's like something needs to change. Something needs to happen. So I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, like, I'm not scared every time when I like go on to YouTube and things. So, but anyways, yeah, make sure you guys go subscribe to Penguinz0 for more videos like this, or just overall subscribe to him and stuff. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. You know, I don't even care for the liking and subscribing stuff. Just thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.